Welcome everybody. Shine on, Carol. So this entire live stream is basically I'm trying out the different microphones. I had to go buy this splitter to try to get the microphones to work. So when I do my next live stream this weekend, we'll actually be able to hear me. So bear with me on what I'm working on technical issues. I'm trying to actually activate it right now. Trying to figure out what the problem is. What I think that the problem is with the reason why the microphone's not working is okay. Well, it dropped the stream, so that was interesting. Hopefully it kicks it around. It stays around. But YouTube is changing their algorithm, and I'm trying to. It's now telling me that doing a stream is now a live beta. So I'm trying to see if I can actually log in and actually get the microphone to work here. So I'm actually trying the computer and my main camera to try to see if it will actually let me log on live and test out the mic. I hope everyone is doing well today. Hi from the Netherlands. I was about to sleep, but this is my first live watching experience, so I'm not going to sleep right now. Thank you, Carol. Oh, sorry, but it's not that important. You need to go to sleep. Please sleep. Because I don't sleep much. I should. All right, it won't let me on there. Okay, so I'm gonna plug this mic in, and somebody tell me if they can hear me afterwards. Okay, can you hear me? So it's the microphone is working now. Great. All right, so I've got one more. I'll clip this one on me. Hope it's not too tingy or whatever. I mean, I'm looking at the laptop right here, and it's showing that it's working perfectly fine. But then again, I tried this on Sunday, and the entire system crashed like it did just a little bit ago. So, bear with me. Again, like I was saying, I hope everyone is doing fine today. Today is my birthday. This is how I've decided to spend my day. Took the day off of work to work on this. Because this is what my subscribers and viewers deserve. Thank you, Shine On, and everybody else for the birthday wishes. Okay, so can you hear me on this mic? Thank you, Colleen. Trees. So KS, you can hear me on this mic. Great. So maybe that's all I needed was the Y splitter. Okay, so see, I got these are the lapel mics. All right, so those are disconnected. You should still be able to hear me. Thank you for the birthday wishes, but I took the day off of work, and I decided that it's my birthday and everything, but I would go through and get this figured out. So next time I jump on and do a live, it'll actually be working. Yeah, I know it's kind of dark in here right now. I don't have any of the lights on. My birthday plans. I'm going to spend it with my son. The two of us we're going to go to the park later today. We have a carousel here in the town that I live in. So I'm gonna take him to the carousel, and he's gonna ride that right on the horse, and they have the little wooden rings. He can reach out and grab them, but he can't reach out. I mean, they're way too far for him to reach out at this age. So I'm gonna take him to the carousel, and then the two of us will go to Baskin Robbins later on, and we'll share a scoop of ice cream. Because if I buy him his own ice cream, he'll eat a little bit of it, and then he doesn't want to eat any more of it. And besides, he likes to smear it on himself. And he's two. He's 2 years old. I that many, Daddy. Tells me all the time. That's his favorite number is two. 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 So that's about it for plans for my birthday. Your daughter is 3. Yeah, my son's birthday isn't until July. He'll be 3 in July. But it's a very interesting time. Now, me and my wife, we have an adult daughter, and she's 21 years old now. But a lot has changed in this world in 21 years or 20 years, 19 years, whatever it's been. So, but my point is, it's been a lot of years in between the two children. I mean, the basics are still the same. Love them, protect them, nurture them, teach them, give them the same morals and ethics that you would for one child to the next. So, but the world has changed definitely when it comes to raising children. Good morning, Carol. Mine range from 24 to half baked. Okay, I'm not getting the reference. I'm sorry. It is 6:29 a.m. here, and I haven't been to sleep yet. So I'm sorry if I'm a little bit mentally. Oh, you prego. Okay. Well, congratulations, Carol. So that's half baked. All right. I'm like, my mind is. I'm like, what does half baked mean? Congratulations, definitely. But yeah, we're currently streaming on my cell phone right now. I've got now that I know I can get it to work on here and what it's showing on my phone for the microphone. I now know what to do on the laptop. So when I plug it into on the laptop or to my the Canon camera, which I try to use as much as possible, as long as I remember to plug in the batteries, which I should probably do right now while I still thinking about it. But yeah, and then didn't stream with the camera last weekend because I forgot to plug it's got the rechargeable battery pack, but I forgot to plug the battery in last week. So plug that sucker in before I leave. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm not trying to ignore anybody here. I'm just trying to I'm looking at the I just spot a mice. You just spotted a mice? Where? Here? My cat is sitting less than a foot away from me. I hope there's no mice in here. I'm like that. If there's a mouse in here, That cat is doing a terrible job. Oh, in your living room? Move. It is the time of the year they want to come inside where it's cooler. Are you afraid? Fire the cat. It's winter here in New Zealand. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day um, after golfing, and she's planning on moving to New Zealand. I think she said the end of next year. I was like, why? But I guess her kids are all down there working right now. She wants to be closer to her children. She's got four boys, and I don't know what they're all doing, but they're all down in New Zealand. I guess they're on some kind of contract that's going to keep them there for the next 3 years or so. It's winter in Australia, but I'm on holiday in Egypt. That'd be a nice place to go visit. I've never done a lot of international traveling on my own accord. I've been forced to. When I was in the service, I got to see parts of the world I'd never wanted to see. Well, thank you. She she's getting along in years, but she still has her health for the most part. So she wants to spend these the golden years, I guess you could call them. Hey, RN, welcome. She wants to spend the golden years with her children, and while she still has her health and and the ability to do things, she wants to. She'd rather be there. I gotta show you guys this quickly. I gotta show you this T-shirt that one of my subscribers sent to me. Sorry. All right. So I'm not entirely sure if maybe I mentioned to her at one point that it was my birthday. It was coming up, but the other day in the mail, she sent me this T-shirt. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, I love bacon. I do love bacon. Cool, sure. I thought so too. Your partner's in Egypt over visiting. Forgot Greek mums. Egyptian mother-in-law has overfed me. Bacon lover. And I've gotten some. I really should just do another mail time video. I get some very heartwarming letters and cards from different from people, subscribers, viewers from around the world. People who want me to look into certain cases. I wish that if you do write me, I wish you would people would include their email address on a letter instead of just their mailing address or their phone numbers. Uh, that way, it's so much easier for me to contact someone via email because I can do it at work. I can do it on my off time. But a lot of times these people they want to communicate with me, and I really do appreciate these letters and cards and stuff that I get. It's just it's hard for me to sit down and call someone, especially if they're in a different time zone. Then I have to figure out the time zone difference. But I get some pretty interesting things from fans. And I guess I get some things that in the mail that I can't exactly put on camera either. I got one guy who sends me usually about once a month. He sends, um, let's just say that they're adult novelty items. Shine on, we don't care. Yeah. Bacon and tomato sandwiches, Colleen. I'm a big fan of just tomato sandwiches. Bacon and tomatoes, good, just like a BLT without the lettuce, I guess. But yeah, I make and I made this sandwich just yesterday. My wife thinks I'm just nuts, but uh, take two pieces of wheat toast, put them in the toaster, toast them, put a light coating of mayo on one, and yellow mustard on the other, and then sliced onions. And I do the same thing with tomatoes, but without the mustard. We grow we have a huge garden. There's like 8 raised beds here at our new house here, and 2 of them are just filled with tomato plants. The 2 that were there before, I do Vegemite toast. I'm not a big fan of Vegemite. Sorry, but the 2 raised beds that were we didn't know what would they actually were. They were some kind of vined berry plant, and we just now discovered that the 2 large beds of raised vine plants are raspberry, and we think the other ones are a variety of raspberry. We're not sure exactly what type, but we've got raspberries like there is no tomorrow right now. I picked an entire giant bowl of raspberries yesterday, and I could have easily picked 3 or 4 more. There's just so many raspberries on there, but the bees are really loving them because they're blooming and the bees are all over the plants. Oh. A little bit of butter. Sorry. I'm running a diagnostic on my computer here right now. Raspberries are finished. Billy, welcome. They're so expensive. Uh, we have I've got so we have raspberries here. At our last house, we used to have grapes, and we didn't have any. We have blueberries here as well because I planted those when we moved in. So we have 6 blueberry bushes, but they won't be ready to be. These new ones, they won't get any real harvest off them for a couple of years. And then we planted fruit trees. We planted cherry in the front yard, and then at my mother-in-law's we planted a pom pom tree and a plum over at my mother-in-law's. Hi from Australia, Mad Mick. Welcome. Kimberly, welcome. They got sick. Sorry about that, Carol. Okay. I'm just trying to see how much of a delay there is between the different feeds here. I'm just trying to see how much of a delay there is between. Oh, shut up. Don't want to hear myself talk. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. I made strawberry cheesecake yesterday. Oh, I love strawberry cheesecake. I like cheesecake just plain, like a New York cheesecake. Thank you, Kathy. Blueberries are expensive as is cherries, and honey is worth its weight in gold. But potatoes, mangoes, bananas are cheap. And we can't grow mangoes around here, but honey, it's surprising. So I was talking with Zelda, she's a viewer subscriber, and she's like she's about 200 miles from me, and she's paying close to $50 a gallon for honey, which is ridiculous. Here in my local area for honey, I checked around within my bee association. No allergies. I don't have a cold. It's allergies, Billy. But I checked around with our association for the price of raw honey. And raw honey right now is running about $17 a gallon here in my area through our association. And so 200 miles away, she's paying $50 a gallon for the same honey. Colin, you can get real fresh honey. I'm going out to a local, I guess they're a farm co-op, but they're having a problem with swarms right now. I'm going to go out and catch a couple swarms probably this weekend. We mostly have tree varieties. Honey's ironbark. But you listened to the other day, it was interesting in lavender, so ordered some online. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. I'm really surprised that he was down there for Scott was down there for CrimeCon. I thought for sure that he was going to do maybe some stand-up comedy while he was down there, but apparently he was just down there for CrimeCon. I enjoy watching True Crime Loser. It's a great show, great channel. I like his content. If you guys haven't checked out True Crime Loser, you really should. No, Sarah, I never even knew that there was anything even remotely like a crime con. This is how far out of the loop I am. I didn't even know that the thing existed until Scott said that he was going to it. And I'm like, and then I started looking into it, and I was like, wow, there's like, when he first mentioned it, and then by the time I checked online, there were, I guess, two different ones that were running within a month of each other. The one in New Orleans, and I think another one was in either Detroit or it was someplace in the Midwest. Wow. Maybe next year. Maybe next time. I'm supposed to go to VidCon in July, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it because of work. But if I can't, I'm going. My daughter's already going, so I'm going to send her with T-shirts and hats and stickers, and for her to give away to people there at the VidCon. And VidCon is basically it's a video conference. It's YouTube's video conference. So if any of you have a YouTube channel of your own, it's basically it's a great source to meet and network with other creators. But I'm supposed to be on a panel, so if I can't make it, I have to know with. I think they told me I need to make sure that I know by the third or fourth, just before the holiday, if I'm going to make it or not. Isn't she Shine On and Sonny the Rooster? Oh, Cece, that Crime and Coffee, Sonny the Rooster. I was I was just listening to her before I went live from her stream yesterday. That was I guess about 19 hours ago. She put up another video this morning, but I haven't had a chance to go over and check it out yet. Oh, but she does a great job as well. I still can't figure out since they YouTube switched me over to the new. I used to be on the YouTube Classic, but I'm now strictly on the YouTube Beta, the new YouTube platform. I can't switch back. So if you're a YouTube creator, you could have gone down on the left hand side. You could have clicked on Classic, and then you could switch back to Classic. I can't do that now. I'm stuck. Are you doing anything for your birthday, Sarah? I'm going to take my son to we have a local carousel here, and I'm going to let him, he's going to ride. He can't sit on the ponies by themselves, but they have like the bench ones. So I'm going to go with him. We're going to sit on the bench on the carousel. We're going to ride the carousel a couple of times, and then we're going to go to probably Baskin Robbins and get a scoop of ice cream, and that's about it. Just me and him hanging out for the day. My wife has to work today, and my daughter has to work as well, so it'll just be the two of us hanging out. That's a pretty great day for me. If any day where I'm taking the day off of work. That's why I'm here right now. So taking the day off of work, I'm going to hang out with my son, just daddy and little man. That's my plans for the day. YouTube, they're doing that for a reason, disabling comments on family vlogs and children cartoons and videos for a reason. And the reason behind that is because you have to understand there are some sick people out there. Now, I'll tell you, for instance, cartoons. So my son, he really enjoys watching. He doesn't get to watch a lot of TV, but I let him watch maybe an hour here, hour there. In total, throughout the week, he might get to watch maybe 4 hours of television total. But there was a couple of people who had embedded links to external child pornography, and it was linked inside of actual videos itself. So if you took your mouse and you hovered over a certain area in a video, it showed graphic images, and they were also commenting in the comment section, and they were trolling for children in the comment section. This is why YouTube took the measure that they did, and disabled comments on anything that is for minors. And I know it's a sick world that we live in, but there's no way for them to really police the comment section on 4 or 5 million videos, or how many there are for cartoons for children. So instead they just said, okay, we're just going to take this entire category and disable comments on it. And yeah, it is terrible that they but they're not doing it to single out certain creators. Now, I've been warned myself about live streams where my son ran in the background and it flagged the video because there was a minor in the video. So I had to take the video down and then edit him out and then put it back up, on the live stream. So there was a couple of live streams where he ran in the background, and I had to fix that. Oh, thank you, Billy. Ow. Yeah. It's weird and sick and twisted. Professional trolls. It's a thing. Yeah. Real shame. Wish there was better options. So they're working on it. From what I understand from the YouTube creator blog, is they are working on controlling it and finding ways to finally address the issue of those who right now, if somebody comes to like my channel and they post something that is inappropriate and I flag them, that same screen name and email address that they use to log on can get flagged indefinite period of time before YouTube will actually act on it. And the comment section, if you've ever been to any videos, on YouTube at all, it's the wild, wild west. And a lot of people know that they can troll people and be disruptive and say whatever and do whatever they want. And there isn't much that the YouTube is ever going to do about it. And if they ever do, they just make a new email address. So from what I understand from the what YouTube creator blog said is they're going to start pinging the ISP addresses and the computers, and eventually they'll just shut the whole thing down, so they won't be able to make new email addresses and jump back in and be as disruptive as they were. And in a lot of cases, they're finally looking at, oh, well, you know what, Twitter and Facebook and all these other platforms, why have they been able to do it but we can't? They just have to want to put the money into and the effort into it. And up until this point, they haven't. And I'm unfortunately there. I know of at least a dozen YouTube creators who have left their platform for good, and they're never coming back because it has gotten to the point where they have been harassed on and off the platform viciously by these trolls. And that's what the trolls wanted. They want to be disruptive. They want to be hurtful, to as many people as they can. And by reacting to them, that's exactly what they want. They want that reaction. Do you get them? Oh, Sarah, I get a lot of them. And to my benefit, though, I have pretty good moderators. And like right now, I have two moderators right now who are moderating this stream, but both of them, they prefer not to actually comment, but they're here. And and I couldn't do this without them. I really couldn't. And I've had videos that I've put up in the past where it got vicious, where before I got the moderators that I have now. And I mean, I received death threats over a video. I had trolls that posted my home address, my phone number, and they actively went onto several different websites looking for a violent sexual predator to come take care of my 2-year-old son. Yeah, they kept on posting that along with my address over and over again. But I reported them to YouTube and to Google and to my local police department, their internet crimes division, and for the most part, they took care of them. There's a couple that are still around, and yeah. Shine on it is just like cyberbullying. They're finally realizing enough people have finally been murdered or killed or committed suicide over cyberbullying. Now that internet providers and social media platforms are realizing, what, we may actually be responsible for not only allowing this, but building an environment where it was condoned and it fed into the entire thing. Well, I'm hopeful that they'll eventually do it because I mean, the world is not going to go back to, writing letters to each other, and posting things in the editorial section of our newspapers. This is where the world's going. We are going in a electronic direction, and we are going to communicate, via email, messages, and video, and that's where the world's going, in that direction. So, hey, Carol, welcome. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. Kind of hard to catch the comments on this, my cell phone, because they come by and then they start fading off. But on the laptop here, I can actually see them. It takes a couple of minutes though. Well, I've accomplished the two things that I wanted to accomplish. Making sure that I got the microphones working. I appreciate it, Carol. I try my best. That's all I can do. I try to I try to do my best and report on cases and be as fair and as balanced as I possibly can. And I do make mistakes. I'm human. I never said I was perfect, but you know, I do have to. Um, I do have another channel that I'm starting, and I was doing a podcast with another individual, but we delisted all those. Well, they're not delisted. We made them private. There's like 6 videos there total, but I'm working on starting another channel that's not going to be just about true crime. It's going to be more of a family oriented channel that has this not so depressing. I have to find a way to balance all this out. I have to find a way to, and reading about murder and reporting about murder, and it can get to you after a while. Oh yeah, Sarah, I'm going to do both. It's just the other channel. I'm going to make it so I'm not constantly just looking and reading and researching murder and the depravities of our human existence out there. I want to do something that is I'm going to still do that, but I want to do something that's a little bit that helps me balance it out. At least mentally in my head, it's like, okay, all right, I got my shock and awe and true crime up here. Now let's do something where it's a little bit more fun. Maybe it's we're still trying to decide if we're going to make it like a variety. I don't know if any of you I'm sure quite a few of you have seen the videos before, but Mythical Morning is kind of like a variety show like that. But we're thinking about doing something along that lines, where I can bring on guests and we can talk about different topics and stuff like that. With that, we're thinking we're going to go with that channel. Thank you very much for the super chat, Sarah. I appreciate it. Mad Mick, that Chris Watts needs a beating. I'm sure it's coming. Did you watch the Kellen Winslow trial? It's unbelievable. Yeah, Randy, been watching parts of it. I have a lot of the video actually saved right now. There've been another creator. He's been sending me little snippets and via my Facebook group. Thank you, Sarah. I really do appreciate it. But I'm going to wrap this up here and I'm going to, in the end, please, everyone, have a safe and happy day today. And I hope the rest of your week is, filled with joy and love. Thank you, Randy, for for the birthday wish. I appreciate it. And everyone, you stay safe out there. Now, I have absolutely no idea how to end this thing on my cell phone. I've never done this before on my cell phone. But again, close out the. I've been streaming the thing on my tablet here, so I can actually watch the microphone. But